Good morning, everyone. It's time to take you through the next two lines on the Canon in D from the Alfred's Adult Piano Course, Book 2. We're on page 86, and I'm going to talk you through lines 2 and 3. Let me just show you how they work. Now, you're familiar with these notes. You've already played them multiple times in the beginning of the piece. So if we turn back, we've got D and F sharp and the A making up the first chord, C sharp and E and the A making up the second. They're played separately. Now we've got A, D and F sharp, and back to A, C sharp and E, and back to A. So these are the same chords, which is why when you play this, it'll feel a little bit different because we're doing something different with our hand, but the notes will feel familiar. There'll be a level of familiarity for you. You'll notice that in the third line on this page as well, it's exactly the same right hand. We're lucky enough to have the same left hand all the way to this point, and then it changes. So let's work through this line first. I'll show you the right hand. So what we're going to do with this section is rock laterally, but not a lot. I'm over-exaggerating. So you'll see I'm slightly rocking this way because I want to make sure I hear this D and I can hear my little finger, that's my weakest finger, up there on that F sharp. Just make sure that you actually slide your finger up in between these notes. It's really hard to play like this where you're used to playing. You actually have to cock your elbow all the way out there, and it's not really what we want. Now you'll hear I'm coming off each of those. Off, off. That's because when we look at the music, there's a beautiful slur there and a rest in between. So that's what we will expect. The left hand makes up the difference in between. Every time you play these sections, the thumb is on the bottom. So unfortunately, all of the work that you've been doing moving through this piece in the past, where you don't have to take your hand off, this one, your hand comes off every single time. Off. Look for the note that your thumb needs to go to. In this case, it's the F sharp. Off, off, D. Every time. So it's a little bit harder because you have to move your hand around this time, and there's no anchor points for you to hold on to and cross over, for example, like you've done in the rest of the song. There's no points where you're holding on and making sure that you're moving between parts. You have to pick up your hand and you have to move it. So my advice to you is to think the first one is A, F sharp after this, second bar, the third bar is D. So just know where your thumb is going. Whoops. And then my thumb actually stays on D for the fourth bar of this line too, until the very end. The left hand remains the same as we've played it all the way through. Once we get to the third line, you'll see the left hand suddenly moves to crotchets. So now we're going to hear now you can see that some of them I'm playing really legato and some of them I'm jumping. What we really want is a slur from the bottom one to the top one and come off, come off, come off. If we were to play this whole section legato, it would be really difficult because most people can't reach that A I certainly can't, but I have very small hands. I can only reach a ninth, but most people can't reach down an 11th. So you do need to jump there anyway. And the music says, where are we? Slur them. So at the end of the slur, we're going to come off here as well. You'll find coming off the slurs a little bit difficult through this passage because you're coming off the slur in the middle of your right hand here, and this needs to stay legato. But that is perhaps a challenge for another day. So have a listen to these 2 lines played through with the beginning of this piece and see what you think. I will note that when I played this piece and recorded it, that I used the pedal throughout. So you won't hear those slurs just quite as obviously as you would if you weren't using a pedal. Some people don't have a pedal, or you're not at the stage where you're using a pedal yet, but you'll see throughout this section it's asking for pedal use. So you won't hear these differences in the slurs that I just pointed out, but you should feel them if you can. If you can't, it's always a good idea to play the music that you love and work on that technique. It's okay to let a technique go. Well, in my opinion, as if you were my student, it's okay to let a technique go for the sake of playing the music that you love. So have a go, and if you have any questions, please pop over into the comment section and leave a comment, or feel free to email me. Thanks everyone. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments or feel free to email me.